So I've been meditating on this verse for a few days, and it's in Psalm 73, and it's verse 25, and it says, "Whom have I in heaven but you, and there is none upon earth that I desire besides you." And this kind of reminds me how sometimes we get too attached to things of this earth, if that be money, success, or even just items. Sometimes we're attached to these, but we forget that earth is only a temporary thing. Soon, heaven and earth will be one, but this earth will be totally different. It's going to be more like Eden, how it was supposed to be, more heavenly. And I feel that sometimes things of this world can tear us apart from our true God, as it says here. There is none upon earth that I desire besides you. Like, our desires should be directly for God, and that is it. And when we desire God, we don't need anything else. Like, we shouldn't desire anything else because He is the Holy One. He created us. Like, we shouldn't be wanting just all this of earth, because God He provides everything. He is literally everything. He is our whole. So we shouldn't be putting other things first, or desiring things more than God, because God is literally for us. God is the ultimate thing that sustains us. Like, nothing on earth sustains us. Like, nothing on earth sustains us. He's the only one that sustains us. He's the only one that is that missing piece in our lives. He's the only one that can fill that piece. And onto that, I want to read a few verses from Daniel 1, verses 12 to 15. And basically, Daniel decides he doesn't want to eat the meat because it's not kosher. So if you know, in the Jewish culture, they only eat kosher meat. And anyway, he challenges the king. I'll read it and then I'll get into it. So it says, "Please test your servants for 10 days and let us be given some vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be observed in your presence and the appearance of the youths who are eating the king's choice food, and deal with your servants according to what you see." So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, their appearance seemed better and they were fatter than all the youths who had been eating the king's choice food. So this is, you've probably heard of the Daniel fast. This is basically the Daniel fast where when it's to do with fasting and praying, all he ate was vegetables. As I said, he didn't want to eat the meat, but he wanted to challenge the servants to do the same thing. And guess what? They didn't look haggard. They looked well in their appearance. And even that's how much God sustains us. Like, we can literally, even food, like gluttony is a big thing at the minute during this kind of culture and everything, how people are consuming more instead of maybe giving, they're consuming more for themselves. And this is a reminder as well, like, food, you think food, again, all these items on earth, you think they are fulfilling you, but they aren't. God is. Like, yeah, you eat that ice cream or you have this massive, like, 3-course meal. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to indulge, but more so, people indulge a lot. But you eat that because it tastes nice and maybe you get a feeling from it. But at the end of the day, God's love isn't the same. Like, He's the one that is gonna fulfill, because that's what God is. Like, He fulfills us. Food is not gonna fulfill you. And I just really like even that. And it's the same when people fast, when and there's those people who fasted in the Bible, but also as Christians we fast as well, and how He sustains us during this fast. We don't end up, passing out or anything, unless you are a bit stupid with it, but still He sustains us. So our desires should be God all the time. That's the only one we should desire the most, is God.